Giant pandas, native to China, are a beloved symbol of conservation efforts and are widely recognized for their distinctive appearance and unique behaviors. These fascinating animals have captured people's hearts worldwide and become one of the most iconic species on the planet. They have a relatively long lifespan, with individuals in the wild living up to 20 years and those in captivity living up to 30 years. However, their lifespan is heavily dependent on their environment and food availability.
Appearance.
Giant pandas are easily recognizable due to their distinctive black and white fur pattern. Their fur is thick and woolly, with black patches around their eyes, ears, legs, and shoulders. The rest of their body is covered in white fur, with some variations in color due to age or genetic differences.
Size.
Giant pandas are not actually that large, despite their name. Adult males can weigh up to 250 pounds and reach a length of 6 feet, while females are slightly smaller, weighing up to 220 pounds and reaching a length of 5 feet. They have a stocky build, with broad shoulders and short legs, which makes them well suited for their arboreal lifestyle.
Habitat.
Giant pandas are native to China, where they live in the temperate forests of the Sichuan, Shanxi, and Gansu provinces. They prefer areas with dense bamboo growth, which serves as their primary food source. Additionally, they require a habitat with adequate water sources and suitable shelter. Giant pandas have a relatively small geographic range, which is confined to the mountainous regions of central China. This range has been shrinking due to habitat loss and fragmentation, which has resulted in a decline in their population.
Diet.
Giant pandas are primarily herbivores, and their diet consists almost exclusively of bamboo, which makes up over 99% of their diet. They can consume up to 40 pounds of bamboo per day and spend up to 14 hours a day eating. They also have the ability to digest cellulose, which is a major component of bamboo, due to their unique digestive system. They have a digestive system that is adapted to process bamboo efficiently. Their digestive system includes a specialized stomach and small intestine, which can extract nutrients from bamboo. However, bamboo is low in nutrients and high in fiber, so pandas must eat a lot of it to meet their energy requirements. They also have a unique feeding technique where they sit upright and hold the bamboo with their front paws. They use their molars to crush the bamboo and extract the nutrients, while discarding the tough outer layer of the plant. They also have a specialized thumb-like digit, which is actually an extension of their wrist bone, that helps them grasp the bamboo stalks.
Reproduction.
Giant pandas have a brief mating season, which occurs in the spring. Males compete for access to females by vocalizing and scent marking. Females are only receptive to males for a few days each year, and they will mate with multiple males during this time. Female giant pandas have a gestation period of around 135 days. Newborn giant pandas are incredibly small and helpless compared to their adult counterparts. At birth, a giant panda cub weighs only around 3 to 5 ounces, 90 to 140 grams, and is about the size of a stick of butter. They are born pink and hairless, with their eyes and ears tightly closed. For the first few months of their lives, giant panda cubs are entirely dependent on their mothers for food, warmth, and protection. The mother will spend almost all of her time caring for her cub, rarely leaving it alone. During this time, the cub will nurse its mother for several hours each day, consuming her nutrient-rich milk. As the cub grows, it will gradually become more active and start to explore its surroundings. By the time they are 6 months old, cubs are usually able to crawl and climb a little, and they may start to eat small pieces of bamboo. Giant panda cubs are not fully weaned until they are around 8 to 9 months old, at which point they will start to eat bamboo exclusively. However, they will continue to stay close to their mother for up to 2 years, learning important skills like climbing and foraging. Overall, the early stages of a giant panda's life are incredibly vulnerable, and the care and attention of the mother are crucial to their survival. Given their small size and dependence on their mother, it's no surprise that giant panda cubs are considered one of the cutest and most beloved animals in the world.
Communication.
Giant pandas have a variety of vocalizations that they use to communicate with each other. One of the most distinctive sounds they make is the bleat, which is a short, high-pitched vocalization that sounds like a lamb's bleat. This sound is typically made by cubs or subadults and is used to communicate a variety of messages, such as distress or hunger. Adult pandas also make a range of vocalizations, including grunts, barks, and growls. These sounds are often used to communicate aggression or dominance, particularly during the breeding season when males compete for access to females. In addition to vocalizations, giant pandas also use scent to communicate with each other. They have a highly developed sense of smell and use scent marks to establish territory boundaries and communicate their presence to other pandas. They may also use scent to identify potential mates during the breeding season. While giant pandas are generally solitary animals, they do interact with each other on occasion, particularly during the breeding season. During this time, males will compete for access to females, and females may interact with multiple males before choosing a mate. However, once mating is complete, the males and females will go their separate ways, and the female will raise the cubs on her own. Overall, communication is an important part of the social lives of giant pandas, even though they are generally solitary animals. From vocalizations to scent marks, these animals have a variety of ways to communicate with each other and establish their place in the world.
Climbing.
Despite their large size, giant pandas are surprisingly agile climbers and are capable of climbing trees with ease. In fact, in the wild, they are often found resting or foraging in trees, particularly when they are young. Giant pandas have a number of adaptations that make them well suited for climbing trees. One of the most important is their powerful forelimbs, which are equipped with strong muscles and flexible joints. These limbs allow the pandas to grip onto the bark of trees and haul themselves up to higher branches. Another important adaptation is their broad, flat paws, which are covered in thick fur and have specialized pads that provide extra grip. These pads are also covered in a layer of rough skin that helps the pandas maintain their grip on slippery or wet surfaces. Despite their abilities, giant pandas are not considered arboreal animals, meaning that they do not spend most of their time in trees. Instead, they are primarily ground-dwelling animals that are well adapted to life on the forest floor. However, their tree-climbing abilities are still an important part of their behavior, particularly when it comes to foraging for food. By climbing trees, pandas are able to reach leaves and branches that are out of reach of other herbivores, allowing them to access a wider variety of food sources.
Hibernation.
Giant pandas do not hibernate in the same way that many other bear species do. Unlike bears that live in colder climates, giant pandas live in temperate forests where food is available year-round, so they do not need to store up fat reserves to survive the winter. Instead, giant pandas have a different strategy for dealing with cold weather. In the winter months, they will typically move to lower elevations, where temperatures are milder and there is less snow. They may also seek out warmer microclimates within their habitat, such as caves or hollow trees. During this time, the pandas will often become less active and spend more time resting. They may also reduce their food intake somewhat, but they do not undergo the same kind of prolonged fasting that other hibernating animals do. Interestingly, there is some evidence to suggest that giant pandas may experience a kind of seasonal torpor during the winter months. This is a period of reduced activity and metabolic rate that is not as extreme as true hibernation but can help the pandas conserve energy during times when food is less abundant.
Conservation.
Giant pandas are classified as a vulnerable species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. The primary threat to their survival is habitat loss and fragmentation due to human activities such as logging, agriculture, and infrastructure development. Climate change is also a potential threat to their habitat. Conservation efforts for giant pandas have been ongoing for decades and have included habitat protection, captive breeding programs, and research to better understand their behavior and biology. China has established a network of nature reserves and protected areas to help preserve giant panda habitat. Additionally, there are numerous breeding programs in zoos and research institutions around the world which have successfully bred and raised giant pandas in captivity.
Cultural significance.
Giant pandas have a special place in Chinese culture and are often used as a symbol of China. They have been depicted in Chinese art and literature for centuries and are viewed as a symbol of peace, harmony, and friendship. They have become a popular cultural icon around the world, appearing in films, TV shows, and books. They are often portrayed as cute and cuddly, which has helped to raise awareness about their conservation status and the threats facing their survival.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and hit that follow button so you can see more content like this in the future. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss an upload. Let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see from me in the future. Your feedback helps me create content that you'll love.